welcome to this edition of High School Rewind, available on Xfinity On Demand. We are coming to you from Copper Hills High School as the Grizzlies host the Bingham Miners in a Region 3 contest. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Dane Stewart here, excited to bring you tonight's game between a pair of top 5 teams here in 5A. Let's start first with the visiting Bingham Miners. They come in 11-2 overall, winners of 7 straight, coming off a 65-46 victory over the West Jordan Jaguars, a game in which Yoli Childs led the way as he has done for much of the year. The junior 6'8 center averaging 18.5 points per game and 11 boards per contest coming in here tonight. They've got a couple other of tall players the Miners do, including Jared Holman as well as Josh Newbold. All three of them at 6'8 and having very good years this year. And then you factor in a kid like Mike Green at the guard position, and you see why these Miners have a serious chance to capture a state championship this year. They have all the pieces that one would need. Let's switch now and talk a little about the Copper Hills Grizzlies. They come in tonight 9-4 overall, have lost 3 of their last 4, but still a top 5 team and still a very good team. They return a number of players off of last year's squad that played as sophomores last year. Now a bunch of juniors, including Preston Sanchez, leads the way in scoring, the guard does, for the Grizzlies this year, averaging 15 points per game. They've got a tall player in their own right, that being Porter Hawkins down low, 6'8 junior center as well. Going to be fun to watch he and Childs battle in the paint tonight. He's averaging over 13 points and 5 boards per game. A lot of other guard options for the Grizzlies as well, including Charlie Olson, Trevor Hoffman, and Stockton Shorts. Any number of these kids can really step up and score the basketball when need be. A lot of options to score for the Grizzlies. They're coming off a tough defeat to the Brighton Bengals, one that they would certainly like to get out of their mouth and don't want to start 0-2 in this very tough Region 3. The Copper Hills Grizzlies have not defeated the Miners since 2005. They've lost 15 consecutive to the Miners. Does that end tonight? Or does the recent great play of the Bingham Miners propel them to a 16th straight over Copper Hills and an 8th straight this year? We're about to find out. As answer to that question coming up here next on High School Rewind. Rule number 76, no excuses. Play like a champion. These two squads looking to show their championship legitimacy here tonight. Number 3, number 4 is ready to tip. It will be Yoli Childs going up against Porter Hawkins here tonight. Tip 1 by Childs. And we are underway here from Copper Hills High School. Bingham with the first possession. Looking inside to Childs, broken up by Hawkins, and Bingham turns it over on the first drive, on the first possession corner. That is Olsen now back up top. This is Sanchez, kid we talked about in the Opens, had a great season so far. Again, you can see Hawkins throwing his arms in the air, trying to convince his teammates of an entry pass. Meanwhile, Sanchez with it near side will bring it back to the top of the key. Baseline drive put on by Olsen and turned over to Bingham. Near side, thought about the 3 that time. Did Josh Newbold instead from straight away. It was a 3-pointer missed by Leighton Parker as Copper Hills comes back with it the other way. Minute in, still no score here from Copper Hills. Corner, no good as the 3-pointer by Olsen hit iron. As Leighton Parker back the other way. Looking at the perimeter, now Childs trying to post, and that entry pass too tall for him. Good D, 2 series put on by Porter Hawkins of the Grizzlies. Sanchez calling out the play. Olsen, Hawkins with it now, right at the junction. And then Sanchez nearly turned it over, able to bounce it and save the possession as he was able to throw it off of the legs of Parker, and it will stay here with the Grizzlies. Approaching 2 minutes in, still no score. Couple missed shots, couple turnovers. Wide open is Brooks, puts on the baseline drive, and Bailey Brooks gets the first points of the ball game. The senior forward for Copper Hills. He's one of the lone returners we did not mention in our open. Had a nice year last year, Bailey Brooks did, as Yoli Childs for 3 That shot was a little hard, and rebound by Charlie Olson, and back down with the home squad. Sanchez now, oh boy, thought he had a lane to the hoop. Instead, he passed it over to Olson. Now back up top with Sanchez as it works around the perimeter. Olson, he can hit that three. In fact, we had a game last year where he had 3 or 4 3-pointers, really made it rain for the Grizzlies. There's another turnover here on the offense by Copper Hills. Back down the other way, it's Parker. Instead of taking the shot, works it around. Boy, had a good look underneath and then just missed that time by Josh Newbold. Boy, that time 2-3 feet away, couldn't get it to drop. 3-pointer by Olson. We mentioned it on the last possession. Cannot leave Charlie Olson open. They did, and he made Bingham pay for it. 5-0 here. Copper Hills out in front as you see the pesky D by Preston Sanchez. Now a 3-pointer for Bingham. No good. Rebounded by Olson, and the foul on the board. Call's going to be on Jared Holman, his first. Trevor Hoffman with it right now. He just checked in at that last stoppage. Gives it back to Olson as this Copper Hills section trying to cheer on. Instead, the turnover caused by Parker going down. And no, foul is on the floor before the shot. Nice job to disrupt the fast break opportunity. Foul going to be called on Olson, his first. Bingham to inbound from their own baseline. It goes to Yoli Childs right at the charity stripe. Good entry pass, but broken up. Getting it back and laying it in for the first points of the night for the Miners, Jared Holman. Senior center. We talked about they've got their own version, the triple towers for the Miners. 3 guys at 6'8", Holman one of them. Nice job being in the right place and getting the putback as Yoli Childs that time disrupted the shot by Stockton Shorts. And then Shorts comes back and picks the pocket of Mike Green to get the turnover right back for Copper Hills. Stockton Shorts, an interesting story on him, posted on KSL. Named after the infamous John Stockton and Karl Malone. Stockton Malone Shorts, his full name. And mighty proud of it, might add, with good reason. Baseline, jumper, no good. Rebounded by Bingham and Mike Green as he brings it back up the floor. Of course, a familiar name was on that state championship Bingham football squad. Would love to add another ring this year from the hardwood as the turnaround. Baseliner from Holman is good, and Jared Holman right now with all 4 Bingham points. Had 10 points in that victory over West Jordan, 7 boards to go along with it. I mentioned the depth down along in the front court for the Miners. 3 guys at 6'8", certainly difficult to deal with, is the glass right now proving to be an advantage for the Miners. In the post, it goes. Hawkins against Childs. And we've got a really quick whistle there. Yoli Childs is wondering what happened. So is the Bingham bench. There's a foul here called on Childs, his first. Off the inbound. Beautiful job by Bailey Brooks to net 2 more. And 4 points for the senior forward. Childs drawing the double team, passes out, 3-pointer on the way, and good. Tied up after the made 3-pointer by Kyle Gehrig. Of course, Gehrig, another one of those football players, the starting quarterback for most of the season for the Miners till the playoffs. An absolutely fantastic career as a quarterback for Bingham. A couple state titles to his name. Hoffman with it, trying to use the screen of Hawkins, going hard to the glass and laying it up and in. Trevor Hoffman, that name most known for being a great closer. That time he was able to close down on the basket and lay it in over the defender. 9-7 our score inside of 2 minutes left to play here in the opening quarter. Beautiful movement off the screen as Holman able to draw the foul call on Bailey Brooks as he attacked glass. First foul on Brooks. Inbounded to Parker. Three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Childs, and we've got a foul is on the floor before the attempted dunk. Going to be called on Hawkins, I believe. Parker on the drive from about 8. Couldn't get it. Got his own rebound, though. Rebound, went back up. And then tipped it right back to his own teammate. And another foul here going to be called on Copper Hills. That'll be the 4th team foul and a shooting foul, I believe, as Bingham to the line. Leighton Parker to shoot 2. Three-pointer on the way. Good. A couple made 3-heres as of late. Kyle Gehrig with the 3 and a lead for the Miners. Their first one of the ball game, just 10-9. Mentioned the slow start. Took 2 minutes for any points to be scored as that drive by Olsen was altered at the rim by Childs, who's now turned into a point guard down the other way, and he double dribbled with it. Pretty easy call. Official right there to make it. Sanchez brings it across the timeline. Picked up there by Parker. Step back 3 for Preston Sanchez. There he is. Leads the team in scoring. Can do it pretty much any way. With a jumper, attacking the hoop. At time, it's a 3. And it's a 12-10 advantage. 30 seconds remaining here in the first as Yoli Childs gets stuffed, but able to get that little floating hook to fall. Excellent job by Yoli Childs over Hawkins that time. Both those kids just juniors. Mighty impressive. Going to be fun to watch the rest of this year, and both of them returning next year for their squads. Double team coming up on Sanchez, trying to force the action. Does its job as the drive to the hoop, and it doesn't fall. Nice take by Trevor Hoffman as he got fouled. He'll head to the line here to shoot 2. Foul was on Gehrig, as at the line Hoffman made his first free throw. Second attempt, no good. Rebounded by Childs. 1 second left, full quarter, heaved up, no good. And that will do it for one. We thought it'd be a good one. It is 13-12. The Grizzlies out in front after 1. Second quarter underway. Grizzlies start with the possession. Sanchez to Olsen. Back to the floor general. Sanchez had the drive cut off. Able to get it to Olsen, who cut to the hoop and missed the lay-in. And then a loose ball still being batted around. Eventually tracked down by Stockton Shorts to save the possession. Boy, nice job that time by Shorts, the sophomore guard, on the hustle play to keep the ball on this end of the floor. Sanchez, beautiful feed to Porter Hawkins to lay it in. Wow, what a great play that time by Preston Sanchez. Not a lot of room there to thread that pass. Beautiful play. Gehrig near side, now entry pass to Childs, cross court. Boy, thought that time that Parker was going to take the 3. Instead, it's a jumper that doesn't fall, it hits iron. Hoffman in warp speed, and he traveled. Pulled that pivot foot. Josh Newbold is checked back into the game for the Miners, as Jared Holman will head to the bench for a breather. Childs with it. Again, Hawkins trying to play good D, and Childs walked with it. Bucket's no good. Bailey Brooks checks back in for the Grizzlies. He had 4 of their first 7 points. Has been quiet since. Hawkins rolling to the hoop. Sanchez couldn't get it to him. Now double teamed along the sideline. Tried to give it back. Nice save right at half court by Bailey Brooks. Wow, what a play. And then taking it to the hoop and laying it in is Charlie Olsen again. And a timeout taken by the Miners. The D was good out of the 3-point line. Olsen just got around it and had a wide open path to the hoop. It's 17-12, Copper Hills. Coming out of the Bingham timeout. 4 consecutive points by the Grizzlies to start this second quarter. As the drive to the hoop by Mike Green, defended well. Swipe taken. Couldn't tell if there was contact there or not. No call by the official. As the board made by Copper Hills, and now with it on the offensive end. Hawkins, boy, tough shot as Childs was with him the entire time. And now the Bingham student section letting them know how that turned out. Corner three, no good. Rebounded, ball still loose. Couple players to the floor, and a timeout taken by Copper Hills. As running and getting on the ball, I believe that time was Charlie Olson again. Sanchez, that pass couldn't be handled and turned over by Copper Hills. Bingham still has not scored a point here in the second quarter. They were slow out of the gate in the first and slow out of the gate here in the second as we are near 3 minutes in. They go to Holman, and he ends that streak just as he did in the first quarter, and Jared Holman right now is keeping Bingham in this ball game. Sanchez calling out the play, now trying to get it to Olson, does so. Olson looking to drive, kick out, and a foul on the drive that time by Charlie Olson. Up top with Hawkins, and now Shorts. Over to Bailey Brooks. Straight away, three-pointer, Charlie Olson, no good. And then we've got a foul on the rebound, and this is going to be called on Hawkins. And that will be the second, I believe, on Porter Hawkins. Boy, that's big for Copper Hills. Their 6'8" junior just picked up his second foul and heads to the bench. As checking in is Austin Helmer, 6'7" junior. And now he has the task of dealing with Childs. Childs with it in the post. Kick out, three-pointer on the way for Bingham, no good. Childs, look at him just handle the paint, and then he's fouled by Helmer. The Copper Hills crowd disagrees, but Yoli Childs to the line to shoot two. Childs' first free throw was good, second is as well. 17-16, now the score advantage still to the home squad as we are now midway through the second quarter. Sanchez to Olson. Now this is Shorts, kicked out to Bailey Brooks. Bailey Brooks on the drive. Boy, good idea trying to get it over to Helmer. Helmer to the floor to try to save it, and then can't do so. It's going to be out of bounds off of Bingham. Little zone defense look here. Man defense now for the Miners as an illegal screen by Sanchez. Gets called, going the other way. Mike Green. Sanchez guarding him, over to Gehrig, looking inside to Childs. Boy, all sorts of congestion there. Childs with the athletic turnaround, couldn't get it to fall. It's Holman, shot is blocked, and then out of bounds. It will stay here with Bingham. Inbounded up top to Gehrig. And now Green as Bingham will reset. Mike Green on the drive, ran into Helmer and couldn't get the shot off. And now Bailey Brooks pushing it the other way for the Grizzlies, attacking, and he gets blocked on the other end by Holman. Leighton Parker has checked in for Bingham. Trevor Hoffman back in for Copper Hills. Stockton Shorts. Now in the corner to Hoffman as he will dribble it out. Copper Hills being very patient here with 1 point lead, 2:40 remaining. You see that passing, open shot for Sanchez, elected not to take it. Is in that zone look, and right now, those top two guards for Bingham getting their workout in today. Again, you see that passing, trying to free open some space in this zone defense. Bailey Brooks has that ball batted away by Parker as he leads it up the floor for the Miners. Back to Childs, he's got some space, attacking the hoop, and a blocking call on Helmer. And Copper Hills can't believe it. That will be the second on Helmer. So now Helmer and Hawkins both with 2 fouls apiece for Copper Hills. Helmer stays in the game as Charlie Olson checks back in for Copper Hills. Meanwhile, Childs goes 1 of 2 at the line, and we're tied up at 17. 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Offense now has gone a little dry for Copper Hills as they haven't scored in about 4 minutes of play. And then a foul called here and may have saved a violation that time on Sanchez. Instead, the foul called on Parker, his first. And that pass deflected by Parker. Up ahead to Gehrig for the dunk. Kyle Gehrig. He's known for that arm of his. Add legs to the resume as he skies for the dunk and a 19-17 Bingham lead. Charlie Olson with it now. Over to Sanchez. And we've got an offensive foul. An illegal screen on Olson this time. The second foul on Charlie Olson, and now 9 team fouls on Copper Hills with just 1:15 remaining here in the first half. Drive put on and turned over as trying to attack the hoop was Josh Newbold and dribbled it off of his leg. Hoffman to Sanchez. And now Charlie Olson with it. Trying to use that screen by Helmer on the switch. Now Childs will switch back. As Bingham now properly defensively aligned, at least with what they want to do. Olson dribbles back up top as we're at 35 seconds remaining here in the opening half. Still 19-17, Miners out in front. Have trailed for most of the half. But the Copper Hills offense only put on 4 points in this quarter. That's not a good thing, especially against a team as talented as Bingham. Clock now down to 12 seconds as Sanchez just happy to dribble and take some time off against Leighton Parker. Down to 5. Sanchez looking to attack. That shot's good from 15. And the buzzer will sound. It's Preston Sanchez who hits the shot with just 2 seconds left to tie things up at 19 as both teams head to the locker rooms for a break.
High School Rewind is excited to have Nudge as our Player of the Game sponsor. Nudge is one of the fastest growing companies in Utah Valley. With over 500 employees, Nudge is one of the largest contributors of volunteer community outreach programs. To learn more about Nudge and their program, visit www.nudge.com.
Second half underway. Knotted up at 19 to start it off. It will be Miner ball. Up top with Childs. Holman trying to work the paint. That's where they were trying to go, but it was off his fingertips and back the other way as Bingham bench was looking for a foul on the play. Nothing coming from the officials as Sanchez nearly turned it over, and then the foul going to be called here on the floor on Sanchez as he dove for that loose ball. Second foul on Sanchez to go along with Hawkins as well as Helmer, both with 2 apiece. Good defense in the early going here by Copper Hills as that pass trying to get it to Parker, cutting to the hoop and just missed it. Parker wasn't looking for it. Bingham has looked a little out of sorts here tonight, and you can credit the pressure put on by this Copper Hills team. They love to get up in your face and flat out defend, and it's caused issues for Bingham here tonight as we've seen an uncharacteristic amount of turnovers as well as some missed shots. And another illegal screen call. This time it will be on Hawkins, and that is number 3. And right now, Copper Hills rolling the dice. They're going to leave Hawkins in there with 3 fouls. Gonna have to be careful here. If you're Bingham, I'd go right to Childs and try to pick up number 4. Here's Parker with it. Screen set by Childs. Now Parker. Back over. Holman going to try the three. That one a little too long. Back of the iron, rebounded by Charlie Olson, and back up with the Grizzlies in the corner. Three-pointer. Stockton Shorts. No good. Rebound to Childs. Shorts has the ability to score the ball. He had 16 points in that loss to Brighton. Just a sophomore. Has a bright future ahead of him here for Copper Hills. As Bingham has a couple missed shots. Eventually that board pulled in by Hawkins. Nearly turned over as Shorts wasn't looking for the ball. Able to corral that back in. And just as has been the case in previous quarters, we've gone 2 minutes without points here to start off the second half. And now we've got a whistle and a foul away from the ball. I believe this one's going to be called on Mike Green. The second foul on Green in this ball game. First team foul for Bingham as this ball inbounded to Shorts. Had to try to chase it down, saved it, but right to Green. And then how about the hustle by Charlie Olson getting back and making a lay-in. No sure thing, is able to at least alter the shot, and then had a shot on the offensive end but couldn't hit it. Parker with the drive, trying to pick up the charge was Olson. No help from the official coming. Three-pointer, good! As a little fist pump made that time by Josh Newbold after the tray. And the largest lead of the game for the Miners at 3 is a timeout taken here by Bingham. 5:39 left, and right now Copper Hills has gone about 8 minutes with just one made field goal, that being the Sanchez bucket with 2 seconds remaining in that first half. Other than that, no points have been scored in about 8 minutes worth of play. This is a team that averaged 64 points per game coming into tonight, as we've got a foul call on the Miners, and this will go against Josh Newbold. First foul on Newbold as Kyle Gehrig checks back into the game for the Miners. Hoffman with it near mid-floor. Nice job getting to Bailey Brooks. Has that ball swatted away by Leighton Parker. Good hands defensively by the sophomore guard. Clear up the floor to Holman. Couldn't get it. Follow-up, no good. And the ball tracked down by Charlie Olson. Again, you see that interior D by these Copper Hills Grizzlies. A couple chances where Bingham has had close looks, and Copper Hills defensively has closed down and made it tough as Shorts passes over to Olson, looking to drive. Not a lot of room there. Now we'll have to pass out to Shorts. Looking to drive on Parker, going glass. That shot hard as Yoli Childs came up, didn't get a piece of it, but may have caused an adjustment, and now we've got a foul. And this might be on the, no. Well, I can't tell who it's on. No, it's going to be on Bingham, yeah. Think it'll be on Newbold. Nope, excuse me, on Holman. Bingham cannot believe that call. Preston Sanchez is checked back in for Copper Hills. Meanwhile, some frustration starting to occur for the Miners. A couple Bingham players that time as that call was being made, just throwing their hands up like, what do we have to do? Nearing the midway point here. Sanchez to Hawkins. Just as good as Copper Hills has been defensively on the interior, Bingham has just made it tough for Copper Hills to even get a shot off as of late. Baseline drive, put up, count the bucket! But no, excuse me. An offensive foul on Stockton Shorts. I thought the official counted it, and then he waved it off as the second foul on Shorts here. And we're midway through. Up to about 10 minutes now for the Grizzlies with just 2 points on the board, and yet they only trail by 3. Three-pointer for Bingham. That one's good. A pair of threes for Josh Newbold in this third quarter. And it's given the Miners a 6-point lead, their largest of the contest. Boy, scary when you have 6'8" that can shoot from range. Newbold has made a couple. Holman has attempted, as has Childs. Good moves by Hawkins, able to get Childs in the air and draw contact from the body as Porter Hawkins now will head to the line to shoot 2. Hawkins made his first free throw, second attempt coming up here. That one no good. Rebounded by Childs. 25-20. Bingham still out in front. Been a pair of threes by Josh Newbold. As on the drive is Gehrig, and he gets fouled by Sanchez. Good take by Gehrig as he was going up. Sanchez got a lot of ball, but had some contact with the body as well. Free throw from Gehrig was good. We'll show you his second attempt. Good as well. 27-20, Bingham with the lead as Copper Hills still looking to get the offense rolling here. It's Olsen coming around the screen now, kicked out. Stockton Shorts now with the baseline drive. That shot blocked. Saved possession by Brooks as it was Holman with the block. And again, you've just got 6'8" all along that front court for the Miners. Really pushing this Copper Hills offense to the perimeter. Olsen. Brooks in the corner, three-pointer for Stockton Shorts. And a quick timeout taken by Copper Hills. A big three-pointer there by the sophomore. As Copper Hills able to get a bucket now, cut that lead to 4. Pair of twos right now. Parker trying to use the child's screen to get a little space from Hoffman. As he finds himself with possession again, Parker does. Gehrig, entry pass to Childs, turns around, working on Hawkins, gets the tip, and Yoli Childs. It's been a fun battle to watch tonight against Hawkins. Hawkins with good D. Childs just able to follow it up and get the tip in. Lead back to 6. Hoffman, thought about driving and thought better of it. And that time, getting called with the forearm is Josh Newbold. And didn't think he had a lot of contact, but when you're 6'8", going up against 5'10", doesn't take much. Second foul on Newbold as he heads to the bench. Quick entry pass, and that shot was blocked by Childs. He thought it was deflected off of Copper Hills. Officials disagree. It stays here with the boys in white. Olsen in the corner. Back to Hoffman. Baseline drive. Beautiful pass over to Brooks. Count the bucket. That time a definite count the bucket as Bailey Brooks heads to the line to try to cap off a three-point play. Third foul on Newbold as Holman comes back in for Bingham. Meanwhile, Helmer comes on for the Grizzlies. Bailey Brooks at the line, front of the iron, rebound by Childs. Minute and a half remaining here in the third. Yoli Childs with it, looking to drive now on Helmer, and then a foul called on Helmer, and Copper Hills all over the officials on that one. Childs may have been bailed out a little bit on the call. He'll head to the line for 2. Childs too strong on the first attempt. Second attempt, much better. 30-25 now, the Miner advantage. Quickly up the floor with Shorts. Childs manned up on him now. He'll switch over with Gehrig. Bailey Brooks on the drive. How about that scoop shot by the senior Bailey Brooks. And right now, Bailey Brooks attacking the hoop and being rewarded for it. And an offensive foul called here on Josh Newbold. Bailey Brooks has brought in a little bit of energy for this Copper Hills squad. Inside of a minute remaining here in the third. It's back to a one-possession game for the Grizzlies. Olsen looking to drive. Passed over to Helmer. Instead, a foul on the floor on the drive. Boy, those team fouls added up quickly on the Miners. That was their 8th team foul. Olsen at the line. Goes 1 of 2. He made the front end. You saw that second attempt hit the back of the iron. 30-28 now as Green leads the charge. Childs working on Helmer, goes up. Count that bucket for Yoli Childs as Helmer picks up the foul. I think that will be 4 on Helmer. Sanchez checks back in the game. Helmer stays in. Childs at the line, misses it. Rebounded by Charlie Olsen. It's 32-28 Bingham. That was the 6th team foul on Copper Hills. So the rest of the way, both teams going to be shooting free throws. Stockton Shorts with it, dribbles up to the middle of the floor. Wide open was Bailey Brooks, just couldn't bring the pass in. He had a lot of space. Helmer now kicked it back out, and with 10 seconds left, Sanchez going to hold for the last shot here. Just as he did to end the first half, it worked that time. 4 seconds. Crowd trying to help him out. Yoli Childs on the switch and gets the block. And with that, the third quarter comes to a close. Yoli Childs able to block the Sanchez shot. 32-28. Bingham out in front as we head to the fourth. Fourth quarter underway. Copper Hills with a chance to get back to one possession here. Olsen with a drive, kicks it out to Stockton Shorts. He looks to drive, blocked. Right there's Hawkins, he gets blocked. And now Bingham back quickly the other way, it's Mike Green. And wisely elected to not push that as Copper Hills had a man just trying to draw the charge, loose ball, and it's Kyle Gehrig able to clean things up for Bingham. 34-28. Right now, the size of the Miners causing issues. Blocks on the defensive end, rebounds on the offensive end. Is Charlie Olsen trying to get around that pesky D of Leighton Parker, and then Shorts nearly traveled with it, had to just get rid of the ball and let it roll out of play. I believe it was Sanchez making the cut where he wanted to go with it. The Bingham defender right there with it. And Shorts had to change his mind and lost it. Near side now with Newbold. Cross court, able to be saved right into the hands of Sanchez. Pushing it up ahead to Olsen. Back to Hawkins, and he gets swatted from behind by Newbold. Wow. We saw a couple moments in that third quarter where Copper Hills would come back, recover defensively on the break to not the Bingham conversion. That time the Miners give it right back as Newbold has been very good tonight, as has Holman and Childs on the defensive end when it comes to blocks. Childs with the turnaround, and that one good. Not much you can do there if you're Porter Hawkins. And now 36-28. Bailey really brought a spark late in that third quarter. Tried to drive his clothes off well by Gehrig, and now it's Hawkins working the paint against Childs, and he gets that ball to roll in. Boy, we said that was going to be a fun battle. It's going to be a fun battle on February 6th when these two teams meet again, and a fun battle all of next year. Again, both are just juniors. Boy, Childs with a good move. Hawkins able to make that shot tough, and Childs can't convert. Now it's Sanchez finding the space. He gets fouled. I believe this will be on the floor. 1-and-1 situation now for Childs. That was the third foul on Mike Green. Sanchez at the line, made the first. He's awarded a second here, and no good. Thought he was going to get the friendly roll. Instead, it was not so friendly. Rebounded by Josh Newbold. 36-31. Up top with Parker. Bailey Brooks that time was fronting Newbold. Nice job trying to close off the entry pass. And then a block called here on Sanchez. And to the line to shoot 1-and-1 right now will be Mike Green. It's the fourth foul on Sanchez as he has to go to the bench. 1-and-1. Green can't make it. There with the board is Newbold. And then an offensive foul called on Josh Newbold. Bucket is no good, as that is the fourth foul now on Newbold. Foul certainly going to come into play here late for both squads. 36-31, 5 minutes remaining. Hawkins from about 17, straight away, gets that roll. And Porter Hawkins able to show a little distance himself that time. Nice shot by the junior center. Pulling Copper Hills back to within one possession. Need a big stand here. Boy, beautiful cut by Newbold. Attacking, and good. Boy, Shorts that time got a hand on the ball as Newbold was cutting to the hoop. It's the strength of Josh Newbold, the senior. Able to get past that and make the bucket. nearly turned over. Shorts able to corral that one. Hoffman near side, picked up his dribble, now needs some help. We'll hand off to Shorts as we are now midway through this fourth quarter. Bailey Brooks on the drive, was trying to draw contact all the way, was not rewarded, and now down the other way with Newbold. Able to dip up and under the defense, and two more for Josh Newbold. Seven-point lead for the Miners. Important possession here for the Grizzlies. Olsen with it. Has the much taller Newbold on him. He attacks the rim. No good. Rebound is to Newbold again. And Josh Newbold has really come on strong in this second half, making a strong candidacy for our Nudge Player of the Game. Yoli Childs also in that discussion as he's had a nice game here tonight as we get a foul on Trevor Hoffman. Green's first free throw was good. Second free throw, good as well. Largest lead of the contest for the visitors from South Jordan, 42-33. Olsen, boy, that's a three-point. I'm surprised he didn't take that shot. Had a little bit of space, and if he was able to handle that ball a little cleaner, he probably would have. As Hoffman attacks the hoop, can't get it to fall. Now Olsen has that ball deflected, and the foul called here on Holman. Olsen at the line goes 1 of 2 as he missed his second attempt there, 42-34. Childs, as Shorts reached in on him, Childs heads to the line to shoot 1 and 1. First free throw in the 1 and 1 situation, left it short, rebound. Guess who? Couldn't get the shot to fall. Now Holman, and I thought he got blocked. Instead they called a foul. And boy, tell you what, Copper Hills looking around like, what? And it was called on Shorts, as it will be Holman now to the line to shoot 2. Holman at the line, perfect, 2 of 2. 44-34. Up top with Sanchez, 2.5 left. And now the Bingham student section letting Copper Hills know they're well in control. Beautiful assist over to Gehrig. 2 months ago, it was Gehrig to Green. Right there, it's Green to Gehrig. Count the bucket, and Gehrig to the line to shoot. Gehrig at the line. It rolls out on him. Childs nearly able to bring in the board. Hawkins able to pull it away from him. Corner 3 for Charlie Olsen. Front of the iron, rebounded by Holman. As Green now being double teamed right at midcourt, and a timeout taken by Bingham. Mike Green with it. Will kick out to Leighton Parker. Right now, just a game of keep away to take that time off the clock as a quick foul here, and Mike Green will head to the line. Holman checks back in for Bingham. Green made both free throws, but his second attempt, he actually crossed over the boundary. So no good. They wave it off. It's 47-34 as we've got a foul set here, or a foul. We've got a foul on Mike Green. Fourth foul on Green. Sanchez at the line. Good on his first attempt. Second attempt, good as well. Boy, Green put a nice little juke on the defender, then tried to lob it over to Childs, and that time Hoffman didn't establish himself inside the area of play. It will be Bingham ball out on the baseline. That inbound pass deflected by Shorts. Up to Sanchez, over to Stockton Shorts. And a quick timeout taken by Copper Hills, 47-38, minute 26 left. Parker able to get the ball up the floor to Holman. Back to Gehrig. Boy, had a yank on the shorts. No call as Bingham able to just pass this ball around, trying to evade any fouls from the trap, and we get one there called on Hoffman. Green at the line, able to go 2 of 2. Lead back to 11, 49-38. As we hit 1 minute left in play, Sanchez with the strong take, no good, rebounded by Childs, and then fouled on the takedown. 2 points awarded to Trevor Hoffman and a foul as well. For a big man, Childs not bad from the free throw line as he goes 1 of 2. That one was close, just rimmed out on him. Hoffman, able to dribble through the Bingham D. 3-pointer from Preston Sanchez. Another quick timeout as it's 50-41 now. Full court pressure put on here by the Grizzlies is a quick foul on Mike Green. He heads back to the line. Foul was on Gray, his first. Both free throws made by Green as Sanchez now able to get past the pressure. And now we've got a whistle at half court. Think the clock never started. Yeah, they never started the clock. Copper Hills fans not happy with it. Sanchez dribbling in, trying to drive, and he gets fouled. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Sanchez makes both free throws at the line. Quick recognition by Gehrig, able to get rid of the ball over to Parker as he is fouled, and now will shoot 2. 54-43 after the free throws by Leighton Parker. Sanchez from 15, no good, rebounded by Green. Being hounded by Grizzlies, able to get rid of it. And now it looks like Copper Hills will call off the fouling. Up ahead, and the dunk! An exclamation point on a great night for Josh Newbold. He's had a handful of blocks, some big made threes, key jumpers, and the dunk to just introduce himself formally to Copper Hills fans as the 3-pointer made by the Grizzlies. 56-46, down to 3 seconds left, and Newbold will pull it up and fittingly will hold on to the ball as the clock expires. The Bingham Miners 56-46 victors over the Copper Hill Grizzlies. They extended to a 16-game streak over their Region 3 rival and 8 in a row for the Miners. Again, our final score here from Copper Hills High School. The Bingham Miners 56-46 victors over the Copper Hills Grizzlies. And we thought this would be a really entertaining game between a couple top 5 teams. They got off to a bit of a slow start as these two teams coming out of the gates really struggled. You can see the defense tonight was absolutely huge throughout the entire ball game. All 48 minutes had a number of blocks, some turnovers that were really key by good defensive positioning. Just not a lot of room down inside the paint here tonight. It would be the Grizzlies who got off to a bit of a lead. Don't think they ever led by more than about 6 or so. The Miners always seem to find a way to get back in the game. They, as we mentioned, took a couple minutes for them to get going, clawed back, and would end up taking just a 1 point, would be down by 1 at the end of 1. And then the second quarter, the Copper Hills Grizzlies just really struggled offensively. We mentioned they, to close out that period, they probably went about 6 minutes without a basket until Preston Sanchez made a jumper from about 15 feet with just 2 seconds left to tie things up at 19. And then in the second half, it would be the Miners who would make the adjustments and come out and really expand that lead. They would take advantage of Copper Hills going dry offensively, would have a 4-point lead after 3, and then in the fourth quarter outscored the Grizzlies 24-18 on the path to the 10-point victory. Josh Newbold had an absolutely spectacular night. He hit a couple big 3-pointers to start off that third quarter that really helped expand that lead for the Miners, one that they would never really give up. And for the Grizzlies, Sanchez, a lot of these guards really struggled tonight. They got off to a good start, but the Miners really closed down the D, and that length of Bingham really caused some big problems, not able to get a lot of space to get jumpers off. Whenever Copper Hills would drive, it would seem there was Childs or Newbold or Holman, someone to deflect the shot or at least alter it, and it really made for a tough night offensively for the Copper Hills Grizzlies, who now fall to 9-5 and 0-2 in region play. Certainly not the start that they had in mind here in this 2014 15 campaign. Next up, they will face off against the West Jordan Jaguars, a team that they sure hope they'll be able to kind of get back to their regular settings. We mentioned they averaged over 60 points per game coming into this one. They only scored 50 against Brighton in that opening loss and only 46 here tonight. They'd really like to get a chance to get the offense rolling again. Meanwhile, for the Miners, 8 in a row on the season for the Bingham Miners, now 12-2, 2-0 in Region 3 play. And, this was a good Copper Hills team. Bingham just sent notice, hey, all that hype, yeah, it's legit. This Bingham team for real, between Green as well as Gehrig, and then we mentioned the 3 tall guys down low, Newbold, Holman, and Childs. It's time to announce our Nudge Player of the Game. We alluded to it earlier. Congratulations to Josh Newbold, our Nudge Player of the Game here tonight. Hit a couple big 3-pointers, had some big blocks down low, as did the trio, but had the exclamation point dunk at the end. His threes were really key on Bingham expanding that lead and taking control of this game. Josh Newbold, our Nudge Player of the Game. With over 500 employees, Nudge, one of the fastest growing companies in Utah County. To learn more, visit www.nudge.com. Again, our final score here from Copper Hills High School. The Bingham Miners improved to 2-0 in region play with a 56-46 victory over the Copper Hills Grizzlies. We want to thank you for joining us on this edition of High School Rewind. It's been my privilege to bring it to you along with Bill Francis. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.